It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, March 4th, 2020, 7 a.m., the day after the primary election.
We survived.
Oh, the day after the elections. Wow, good morning. Sigh of relief. Now it's just downhill to November.
Yes, sir. And I'm ready.
Maybe we could get rid of all the Bloomberg ads on TV now.
No, he's staying in it, buddy.
Oh,
He really thinks he's got a shot.
oh, yeah.
I think he's taking something, but
Maybe it's too many 32-ounce Cokes.
yeah, buddy.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Wait, I thought you couldn't do that.
Well,
Wait,
he can go across state line in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's legal over there.
Or have 2 16s.
Yeah, one for each hand. But you can't use a straw.
That's right.
You got to go to New Jersey to get the straw. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host. David's over here driving, and our guest today will be Miss Nelda Speaks, our state rep for District 100. And we're brought to you by your hometown Sears store. The catalog is down there,
You brought it.
and we're going to hold on to it till Monday because
Okay.
Sears is going to be here on Monday.
Come watch. On
I've got a
Monday.
1986 Centennial Sears catalog.
Yeah.
And so, we'll
I
wait
want
for.
to see the stuff in it.
Oh,
I
it's
wanna see
fun.
it. Yeah.
Wash tub, everything. You remember the Sears catalog?
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We always cut out paper dolls.
Oh,
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
That was our paper dolls.
That'll work.
There you go. Your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East. 62 East. Appliances, lawn care, tools, home entertainment. Check out your hometown Sears store. I can't say enough good things about Sears.
Yeah.
Just a
can work
great
on
store.
anything.
Corporate might be in some financial disarray right now, but they'll get things straightened out.
Yeah.
Kmart, Sears, and all that stuff. But your hometown folks, they have your appliances. They have everything you need. They've got the repair center right there. You bring it in, it stays there. They fix it. They give it back to you. They've got the maintenance program that we'll talk more. Bob Reckman will bring that up on Monday because Sears is going to be here Monday.
Very
What Bob
good.
said. So you
Yep.
get to hear it from them.
Yeah.
But check out your hometown Sears store. They're right by Orsolan's. You got Orsolan's, you got Physical Therapy Connection, you got Sherman Williams Paint, and Sears faces south, basically in Wendy's back door. Would you like to be? That's another good thing about Sears.
What's that?
You open the front door and smell Wendy's.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
For a fast food burger, they have the best.
So check out your hometown Sears store right here in Mountain Home at 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191. And we're enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee.
Yes, sir.
You betcha.
I have mine
Uh-huh.
every day.
Yeah, Benny Speaks running around over here somewhere with his cup of coffee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good coffee.
Very
Check
good.
out all three locations. You got Baxter Regional Lobby, you got 62 East Plaza, you got Bomber Boulevard, which is 703. Could be a little bit busy.
Right.
And so-
But they get you through quick. And they know a lot of the people that's rolling through this, so they already know what to make.
Yep.
Yep. So
You
you
get
won't
to
wait
say,
long.
especially when they want the same thing every day. They just, you get your change ready, it's just a swap out, and boy, they move the traffic. Mike and the staff do a great job at all three locations. I went out the other day to I go out to the 62 East Plaza because I'm out there more than I am
Sure.
on the other end of town. But Mike and the staff do a great job, and they've got the mochas, the lattes, and the what you guys call the foo-foo coffees.
Foo-foo?
Yeah, they even got
I like them.
pumpkin spice.
Right.
I got a friend in Flippin, loves the pumpkin spice. Okay,
Yeah. I mean, if I go through there, I'll usually get a fruit coffee. But
Such as
let me. It's been a while. Mocha.
not lilac blossoms or
No.
something. I mean, but
I can't think. I'm a brain fart. Let's move
no. Any of it's good. So whenever you go to Brewed
Yeah.
Awakening, I mean, you got the menu board that'll stretch from here to the front door. So check them out. 3 locations to serve you the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and staff do a great job, I tell you what. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. And we say this every day. It's not just the motto, it's how they do business. Went through it a year ago in November with my mom when she passed away. And here's this paper, blah, blah, blah. This is what I need. Sign here, done.
They'll take
And
it.
they understand. I mean, you've got, believe it or not, there's a lot of laws and a lot of regulations that they have to follow, and they do it very well. They explain it well, And the thing is after passing of a loved one, you're hurt, sad. Which way am I going to go? What am I going to do next? You know what I'm saying? You know, they help get through the confusion. And that's what they do, with all our respect. And they respect you while they're doing it, you know, because they know that you're hurting.
Right.
So 29 Roller Funeral Homes in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with one in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, now that the Super Tuesday primary election is over, now we can sort of glide into November. But Lord, these elections are really important, and our basic rights are being challenged. Lord, here we have the constitutional right to worship in any fashion, yet Christians are constantly being slammed. And we know Christians aren't perfect, just forgiven, and we continue to work to share the love of Jesus Christ to others. The Constitution also gives us the right, the privilege, the freedom to own guns. Yet when crimes are committed with a gun, the Democrats blame the gun rather than the human that committed the crime. Lord, I pray that you give us common sense and wisdom when we study the issues and the candidates this election season. It's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Wow.
It's crisp now. I don't try to go too high, too low. I just get
Did
it
you
right
tighten your
there.
shoelaces? Why'd you get that high note? Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. And that's where we can find the morning view of the White River.
Very
Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that horizon. Isn't that
clear.
beautiful? Wow. The camera's mounted in Marion County, Arkansas, and you're looking across the White River into Cotter, Baxter County, Arkansas, one of our fine cities, and great folks at Cotter. And I was down there for the little Christmas festival. We had so much fun that night. Had the choirs and things singing down there, and I hope they continue that. That was a lot of fun right before Christmas down there at the little pavilion, right there at the river at Big Spring Park. The clearing you see right there is the baseball field, the Railroad Museum, and the picnic area, and then of course downtown Cotter, and kind of over just to the right and back in towards the city is the railroad area. They've got the house there for the trains that come through and park. And tell you what a beautiful shot. You can go to retiredarkansas.net, and there's a little camera icon. You can click that and it saves a picture. You can use it as a screensaver. You can share it with friends. If you're thinking about retiring in a year to 2 years, 3 years, like I say, okay, friends in St. Louis, I know you're watching. You know, it pops up, so-and-so's watching. And you're going to be retiring maybe this year, next year, a couple years down the road. So whether you choose southern Missouri or northern Arkansas, the Z-Team is ready to serve you today. They can get you hooked up in Marshall, Mountain View, Arkansas, Mountain Home, Gainesville, West Plains, Zanoni, Dora, wherever you want to go in South Missouri or North Arkansas. So call the Z-Team today, the award-winning Z-Team.
Yeah. They pretty much got North Central and South Missouri covered.
And they could probably cover about 40 acres with the awards, too.
Right.
I mean, the Centurion Award, the Presidential Award, another prestigious award issued by Century 21. The award-winning Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Right now, weather-wise, we are at 40. Does that sound right? 40 degrees? I guess it is. 40 in Mountain Home, flipping at 37, Harrison at 44. 37 in Yellow, 44 at Salem, 40 in Calico Rock, 45 in Mountain View. St. Louis checks in at 43, 40 at Poplar Bluff, West Plains at 44, 45 at at Branson, 30. It threw me a loop there. 8 degrees difference. 32 at Watford City.
They've gone up a couple.
Yep, I told you,
Good
once
for
it
them.
hits 32, it's time for the swimming pool.
That's right.
There you go. In Dakota, man, you get 32 degrees in North Dakota, it's time to swim. National radar, let's start up north. Of course, you got the usual showers coming in to the west coast of Washington State and part of Oregon. And we go on over into Idaho and Montana, where you have some freezing precip and non-freezing precipitation. And that's about it until you get to Indianapolis, Indiana. From Indianapolis on up to Fort Wayne and into Michigan, you have some just some rain, and then it turns to a little bit of snow and ice as you go up into the southern part of Michigan. And the big part of the precip right now is in the southern part of the country, from New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, southern Arkansas, Louisiana, all the way over into South Carolina. Showers along that part of the country right now. And so, and then there's stuff going on in Maine, but that won't affect us here.
Yeah, that's way up.
But take a look at Arkansas and see what's going on. We have some pretty good showers going on in Arkansas right now. A lot of these are going to be affecting, let's see, I-40, I-30, 630, 430 is all affected, Highway 67, 167 in central Arkansas, Highway 65, and then I-30 towards Texarkana going to be affected with some pretty heavy showers right now at Arkadelphia. And then on down to the southern part of the state on the Louisiana line, down around El Laredo, Arkansas, Crossett, Arkansas, all with some heavy showers. Light to moderate and heavy showers in some spots along the Louisiana-Arkansas border right now. Those move on over into Mississippi. And now let me put it in motion and see exactly what the movement is on. Well, it could come up, and what's coming in from Oklahoma, David, could come in and affect us later today. So, you know, a little bit of rotation there. So, anyway, that's the current radar as we see it in Arkansas. And so let's go on up into northern part. We're picking up just a little bit. Maybe not. Around Fort Smith, around I-40 at 49. Overall, the northern part of the state's in pretty good shape. Highway 62, 412 in good shape. And once you get to Conway on Highway 65 going to Branson, you're all right. And then Batesville, Newport, Walnut Ridge, on up into Corning, Poplar Bluff, no problems there. State of Missouri, I think we're in pretty good shape there. Interstate 49, 44, 55, 70, 55, all in good shape. And I don't see any precip there. Over in St. Louis, I-64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois to trying to think Mount Vernon, Illinois. Looks good there. I-57, Carbondale. Looks pretty good. All right. We have red flag warning in Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado. That means conditions are dry. They've had some wind, and you can see the high wind warning in Montana that, dries out those fields up there, and, man, they can really catch fire. North Dakota with the light green, a flood warning or watch or flood advisory, I guess, in North Dakota. Down in Louisiana, we have, I can't tell you what all we have. It's just combinations of flood watches and warnings. We have severe thunderstorm watches and warnings, and possibly some tornado watches issued down there. High wind warnings, tornado watches. So, in the southern part of the country, just stay tuned to their local media down there, and they'll take care of the folks there. 7-day forecast for us today, mostly sunny, high of 62, tonight 38 degrees, 65 on Thursday, low of 35, 57 on Friday, Saturday 61 degrees, and let's see, Friday night we hit 34 degrees, 42 on Saturday night, mostly sunny on Sunday. Not bad at all. Checking iDrive Arkansas, we have no accidents, a little bit of slow traffic around Benton and Little Rock, of course, with a little bit of shower activity there, and nothing affecting the roads there. State of Missouri, we had some flood watch boxes yesterday. 3 or 4 of those have been eliminated right now. The only one I'm seeing that will affect folks going from Mountain Home up in Missouri is Double E is closed, and that is whatever county is north of Ozark in Missouri. I can't think right now, but roads are clear, no snow, no ice, nothing like that. Everything in pretty good shape. And so the morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retired2Arkansas.net. Be sure to check out that website. You can check, they've got community calendar things. They've got all kinds of things listed on that community calendar, events around the Twin Lakes area in southern Missouri. And then check out all the listings through the multiple listing service right there on retiredarkansas.net. And so, speaking of community calendar, Ladies Night In is March 17th from 5 to 8 o'clock. The ladies of the CCW of St. Peter's the Fisherman Catholic Church invite ladies of all faith for an evening of fun and fellowship. The event will be Tuesday, March 17th, starting at 5 with social and potluck supper, followed by the DVD Courageous, after which dessert and coffee will be served. It's going to be held at St. Peter's, Monsignor de Klerk Hall, at 239 Dyer Street in Mountain Home. No cost, and bring a dish to enjoy. So if you need information on that, you can call St. Peter the Fisherman Catholic Church. And I think there was something else I wanted to get on here. Don't forget about the bunker, helping our heroes. This is at First Baptist Church. It's a program that Rob Bryan has put together for our veterans. This one is March 19th from 6:30 at 400 Club Boulevard, First Baptist Church. I believe it's in the youth wing area, which will be, it's on the east side of the church. It's kind of a T-shaped building, so it'll be on the east side of that building. Bread of Life Kitchen, March 18th at 3 o'clock. Bread of Life Kitchen, held at the Word of Life Church, 310 South Main in Mountain Home. Starting Wednesdays from 3 to 5:30, meal is free. Donations are accepted. Very nice ministry there from Word of Life Church.
Yeah.
Got anything, David?
Not right now. We'll be speaking with the Gap students soon.
Yep.
And so we'll just wait until then, and they can tell you everything about what they do, about their Germany trip, and let's hope that this virus thing holds out and they still get to go.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It's 7:15. Real quick, stop by and see David at Ultimate Ford today and check out the Mustangs, the Ford F-150, or anything that the fine Ford Motor Company has to offer. Come and see David today at Ultimate Ford. Quick break. Nelda Speaks is our guest today. Be right back.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
When you think about
7:18, our guest today is State Representative Nelda Speaks, District 100, and I'm sure you have a little thing you want to say to the people.
Yes, thank you for having me here. I think I've had 3 hours of sleep.
Surprise, surprise. After election.
You're keyed up after it's over with. But thank you so much. I'm real thrilled. I mean, you know, when you win, you are excited. But first of all, I want to thank God for his blessings and all those that helped me up in prayer. I was just amazed. The people that came forward said, I'm praying for you. And I really appreciate that because God does make a difference. And I want to thank all of those who helped me. It was just unreal. People that came out and went door to door with us and knocking doors. And I showed them last night all the doors that we had knocked. You know, our calendar, not a calendar, but a map. And I just want to thank each and every one of them that did talk to people, and that was, I'm just grateful. And I want to thank the citizens most of all for voting for me, that had the confidence in me again to represent them. And I just really appreciate that. It's been an honor serving them. It's probably the greatest honor I've ever had. And I'll always strive with integrity and honesty to serve every one of them. So again, thank you very much, and thanks to them for just giving me this opportunity.
And now, once you get a little more sleep, other than 3 hours after election night, is back to work because fiscal session comes in.
It is, yes.
And it's something I want, and I know, knowing Nelda, what she's going to do is once all the sign comes down, I think about 30 to 40 days to get all the signs down, she's going to be, and back to work.
Sure.
And so it's going to be, okay, this is over, move on. And so now it's fiscal session, which is budget.
Right. Well, let me say one thing.
Sure.
I forgot to say, for the first time ever, my family was here with me last night. All of my sisters, except one, and my brother, he got sick and didn't get to come. But I really did appreciate them, and our daughter, she's never been with us on election night. So this that was an honor to me.
There you go, family.
But no, you hit the road running now. We'll get our signs up today, and if we miss a sign, I would appreciate people calling me, letting me know, because I don't want my signs out there now. We want them down because we're moving on. We'll start working on the budget this month, and that's quite a chore within itself.
So let's look at that calendar. That's one thing I wanted you to come in today to talk about this fiscal session, because I think you have preliminary starting next week.
Yes.
But then the actual fiscal session, if I'll stand corrected, April 6th is
I believe that's right. Uh-huh.
And so is that a full solid month of budget?
It is. I don't think we'll go past that unless the governor decides to, let us have something else that someone's wanting to do. But it will be up to him if we extend that.
Now, is the gallery above the House of Representatives open for citizens to watch during?
They've always let them do that. They may not open the one that's absolutely behind us. I forget what they call that.
Right, but the one up above.
But the ones on both sides. I believe they'll open those up. I mean, because we're in session, and if people want to come and listen, they're really good to be an open book and let the citizens be in there, and usually it's unreal the people that come and I think it's great to be a part of this.
Oh yeah. And so you sit on the budget on how many budget there's got to be more than one budget committee, but you're on a lot because of your experience as a.
I'm not this time.
Oh, really?
I'm not even an alternate, but I will go because that is, to me, that's the heartbeat of your state. Is the budget. That's what operates. That's where we're depending upon taxes and people's income, and that contribute to that. And so I always try to be there, and you learn a lot doing that.
Now, this is a tough question for somebody with only 3 hours sleep, but tax cuts to business and industry that allows that business or industry to hire more people, which allows, in my opinion, if you have 8 people working, getting a paycheck, as compared to 16 people working, that means you've got 8 more paying taxes that come in. It's kind of like this. If you got to raise $1,000, you want 10 given 100 or 100 given 10.
Right.
Okay. That's why everybody was critical of President Trump and some of these tax cuts to business. Well, he's cutting it for the rich. No, what he's boiling down to is they're able to hire more people.
And it has shown.
So you want 100 people giving $10 or 10 people giving $100. You know, I think
you cannot tax the people into prosperity. No. I mean, that's the bottom line. And and I hear people say, well, it's all for the rich or it's for the corporations. I've never worked for a poor person.
Right.
Well, I remember when George Bush Sr. was president, he cut some regulations and some taxes on yacht manufacturing in New England. Well, look at that. He's looking out for the rich. Who builds the yachts?
Right.
Who builds the yachts?
Yeah.
Okay. The taxes and the regulations were so stringent that they couldn't hire the people they need. So when you don't have the product that the people that have the money to buy the yacht can buy it, you can go broke. So you cut the regulations, you let them do it, You hire your blue collar guys, whether they're union or non-union, is immaterial at this point. You've got people working.
That's right, and if they work, they pay taxes. They shop more. They've got money in their pocket, and we don't want government trying to decide what we buy or what we do. So the more money you get back into people's pocket, the better they are, and the more they'll.
And don't you think that people feel better about themselves? And wow,
Yes.
He sells cars. I'm not hiding the fact that David works for Ultimate Ford, and he's apprenticed right here with another project from Arkansas State. But when you sell maybe 3 or 4 extra cars a month, it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what do you do with that money? I guarantee you spend it in Baxter County most generally to benefit your family.
Yeah, we go
That's
out
true.
We go out to eat more.
There you go.
That's right.
We go buy the luxury items that we normally wouldn't in the month that I don't make as much. I'm strictly commission. So yeah, the more I can sell, because the more people are working, they feel great about buying a car because they can afford it. I mean, it's a trickle down effect.
There you go. There you go.
See, yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Very much.
I want to get your opinion. I don't want to throw you a curveball here. I don't want to get you unprepared, but there's a move about the about cars. Okay, so I go out and I buy an F-150 from David. I go down to the revenue office and I pay sales tax on that new vehicle. But then I think, well, that F-150 is fine, but I think I want a 250. So my neighbor says, well, I'll give you what you paid for it. So I sell the F-250 to him. He pays tax on it again. I come down and buy another one, pay tax on it on another one.
You'll pay on the difference within 45 days. Okay.
But if I already sold it to him, though?
Yes, within 45 days. So say today you sell your truck.
Okay, let's wait 47 days and see what happens.
Well, then you lose that. Then you'll pay on the total amount.
Yeah.
But so you sell that today, and then tomorrow come buy a truck from me. You can take that bill of sale to whoever you sold with the new bill of sale for the new truck, and you'll pay on the difference. You'll pay on the difference. But you only have 45 days to do that.
But the problem is you're still paying tax, and the guy that just bought the truck from me is paying it too.
Oh yeah. Well,
so should we pay it one time and be done?
I think.
What about that?
I honestly, from my standpoint, we are paying taxes upon taxes upon taxes. Every time that vehicle turns, to me, we've already paid the taxes on it.
The
full price. And then when you sell that, and of course I know it's only on the difference, but it's already been paid. And I wish we could get away from that. I don't see that in the future.
But there's a move. Somebody's suggesting taking it on used cars to $20,000 rather than the $4,500.
We can't even get it on $4,000.
Yeah, below $4,000, you don't have to pay sales tax. Unless they raised it, but the last I heard
we couldn't get it raised. I mean, it was killed over in the Senate.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Our representative, John Payton, who is a huge part of Baxter County, he has worked tirelessly to get this up, but we can't get it done. The legislators just will not budge on some of that.
Huh.
We've gotten used to that money coming in. They don't know how to replace it.
Well, and seeing everything has to be revenue neutral.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to lower taxes somewhere, you got to raise it someplace else. I mean, it's just a shell game.
Well, we have a balanced budget amendment too. So,
well, yes.
Yeah. And so that's where some of the scare with the private option, now called Arkansas Works. I don't know if they changed that title the third time. But when the federal government says, we're going to give you this kind of money to put this many people on, you've got a little cushion here. But when the federal government says, oops, we don't have that kind of money, and they bring it down here and you got this many people on, now you got a problem because you still have the balanced budget amendment. So if you're paying for 250,000 more people than should be on the PA or the PO,
you got to make up the difference.
Yeah.
And what do? They take people off.
Because I think the federal government promises $15 million to do the Medicaid expansion, and we dumped 250,000 more people on because we had Oklahoma and Missouri coming in, getting on our insurance plan that we're paying for. And all of a sudden, the 15 million dropped to what, 5.3 or 8.3 or something like. All of a sudden, we're down 50%. And I'll get off my soapbox. 7:30. Got to take a quick break. More with Nelda right after this.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z-Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z-Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Bear Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area. At Connor Family.
(7:32) Nelda Speaks, District 100 State Rep. Talk a little bit about education. Has the government got too involved in education?
I believe so. I really do. We have put so much on our teachers, and it's paperwork.
Let me stop right here. When I helped Curtis Coleman in that campaign, what was 2012, 2014, he did a little, I can't say survey, but anyway, 42% of the let me back up. Of all the teachers he talked to, 42% of their day was paperwork.
That's right.
That is, let's say that little Billy can't discern between CAT and KAT. Well, KAT will still sound like cat. You have to tell him that CAT is the proper way to spell cat. But then you put C and H in church or chapel. Well, why does it make that sound? And so the phonics, so the paperwork. And to keep it out of the hands of the ACLU for discrimination. It's not discrimination. The teacher knows what that student needs and is trying to help.
That was one of the things when I first went on education. It had to do with all the paperwork. I began to hear from some of the teachers. So I sat down with Johnny Key, who,
Commissioner of Education.
Yes. And I asked him, I said, this paperwork that they have, is there some things that we as legislators could maybe stop and do away with? But I know a lot of it is federal. And if you take federal money, you're going to have to listen to what they're telling you. But he said part of it was, and I do think that they have worked a little bit, but we have not done enough to get that off. You put one thing on them, and then you add something else. You never eliminate anything. It just keeps building up on them.
So it snowballs on them?
And so it just snowballs on them.
Okay, so my question is, what we've got at Mountain Home High School, and Dr. Long will be here on Friday, we have some great successes moving forward, but the needs, and they're gearing their education, and then you can get you can go into ASU Mountain Home almost free of charge. so you can get your college basics done, and it helps bring what are now students back as workers, whether you're at Baxter Lab or Baxter Regional or some of the boat factories, whether you're a welder, an electrician. But it's different in Colorado and Montana, where it's a lot more open agri. Or East Arkansas is going to be different than Northwest Arkansas, where you have crops over here, poultry in the north. See what I'm trying to say? So shouldn't we be gearing the education for what is in our area or what is in this part of the state?
I do believe.
I mean, you still need the overall.
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
I believe that that's happening more and more. I think when I listen to Mountain Home, what they're doing, whatever that student feel that it wants to go to in, whatever, then that way they're trying to move that child into that. Now, I've heard pros and cons on that, but to me, that keeps that individual in school a lot longer.
Good.
Because they're doing something they enjoy doing. And if you could educate them in that and gear them toward that, I think they're going to do better. And I'm a hands-on person. I really am. And so I had asked to go in, because I'm not a teacher. I've worked in the school system. But when you're doing the books, you're not in that classroom. I mean, you're working in the office there, and you hear a lot, but still, you're not in the classroom. And it's a lot different today than what it was when I was doing the books.
There's a lot more, there's the tech stuff.
Everything has changed. I mean, new laws, new everything. So they allowed me to go in and just sit and watch and do. And I was amazed at what these teachers go through. I really was.
Well, talking about being hands-on, when Sears said, we want you to learn to do front-end alignments. Okay, this sounds like fun. I'm up for the challenge. So they handed me this book. You need to read this book. And I'm going through it. Now, this is 1977, mind you. The book was based on 1948.
Dang.
And they were demonstrating a 1948 Ford. Now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have that many 48 Fords on the rack, or let alone a 48 Cadillac or a Chrysler or Dodge or whatever the other would be. Show me. So I went to tech school. And it makes sense.
Right.
And while, every front end was different, some of the stuff General Motors came out with. But, what I'm trying to say is, you can hand a book, but this hands-on. I'm a firm believer in both tech schools.
We done well when we were doing it before. I mean, kids learned a lot. They enjoyed that, and they stayed in school better.
And the thing is, I remember, this is tongue-in-cheek, this was right before graduation. Yes, I graduated in 76, Yes, I'll be 62 in April. Anyway, we had two classes one morning, and the counselor was trying to, they were out to sell you University of Arkansas. Fine school, not run down the Razorbacks, was my cup of tea. What are you going to do after graduation? I said, I'm going to sleep all day. Well, Dale, you're not taking it serious. No, you're trying to cram something down my throat that I can't do. I can't take that Bachelor of whatever and staple it to the wall and be a mechanic. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And so let me do what I need to do, but help me get let me get that education. There's doctors out there that can't do front-end alignment on a car. Well, I can't do heart surgery. He can't do what I can do. See what I'm saying?
It takes all of us.
Right. Yeah.
It really does. And one job's not any better than another job. No. If you've got a job, that's wonderful, and I applaud you, because we all don't have the same thing that we want to do.
And like when you were treasurer for Baxter County, can you imagine being the treasurer for Baxter County and investing the monies to where your paycheck isn't affecting the taxes?
Yeah.
That's what she did.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, I love doing books. I really do. I don't want to go back doing them.
You want to see me do the books? No.
But that's just part of it. I mean, and I enjoy digging into them and
But see, when you
pulling
enjoy
things
what
out.
you do, you will do a better job
You bet.
for that employer, whether you're with Baxter County or the state of Arkansas, or whether you're with Baxter Regional or Baxter Lab, whatever it may be. Something just popped in my head. What about railroads? I don't see. Is the railroad going to be picking up a little bit? You know what happened in Marion County over there at the feed mill?
I haven't kept.
Normally railroad jobs are really good, but you know, it's just kind of.
I haven't kept up with that.
I haven't either.
We drive by there. I'd love to go through that plant, but of course that's out of my district, and you've got enough in your own district keeping up with.
Sure.
Right.
So
I'm just wondering about the railroad because, of course, my dad's family was all railroad in St. Louis. I think that's another. You know, we've got the railroad, but the big thing now is agri. I think our farmers are the heartbeat of Arkansas.
that's our biggest industry, and people don't realize that.
You know, I got a good friend watching probably this morning in around Piatt, Arkansas, Bruce Emerson. Hey, Bruce, you know, and raising turkeys. You know, we got poultry, we got
That's
cattle.
right.
And that's to the northwest part of the northwest part of the state. And then look at your crops. When I was working the Coleman campaign, there's a couple farms over in East Arkansas doing soybeans. One farmer pulled a little more than 100 bushels per acre, and one was at 103. And to get like 90 bushels per acre of soybeans was, hey, pat myself on the back. And these guys are pulling 100, 103 bushels. And then the governor has the rice crop going down to Cuba, which is a big shot in the arm.
Right. And that's one of our biggest industry is the rice.
Yeah. Isn't Arkansas the largest rice producer in the United States?
I believe it is. Yeah. I'm sure it is.
And I think that was a good move on ACE's part to go down to Cuba and secure that, because when I drive from here to Kennett, Missouri, a lot of those fields that were cotton and corn and some soybeans are now converted to rice.
Right.
They've made it into where they can flood it.
One of the things that I was found out this time about the poultry business, you know, we do have a lot of turkey farmers that's in Baxter County, but we sell a lot of eggs also. And
really? I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I don't remember what it was, but we do. And,
wow.
And I was shocked.
Huh. Did you know that?
No.
We all learned something today.
I don't keep up with the agriculture of Arkansas. I'm sorry. I don't have any.
And you know, poor old Bloomberg, all it takes to be a farmer is dig a hole, put seed under covered dirt, and you just wait, you know. Yeah.
Belittling an industry that if that wasn't there, we would not be fed. And it's a huge job. So
you know, and you look at, I went up to Indianapolis back, 10, 12 years ago. Once you get to Effingham, Illinois, and I-70, and you're going into, it's just either side of the road is corn and wheat, corn and wheat.
Well, it's that way in going to Kansas City.
Really?
Is the corn. I was just amazed, the cornfields that you pass in Missouri.
Yeah. And then you think of Montana and Colorado. They've got the hops and barley that go to the breweries. You know, that's a big industry, whether you drink or not. I mean, you know, that's an income for these guys.
It's jobs.
It's jobs.
It's jobs.
You know.
Right.
And good thing they grow oats, because I have oatmeal every day for breakfast. We've got about 3 minutes for the break. What do I need to cover here that you need people to know about? You know, we've covered railroad and jobs and education.
Well, the other thing is, you know, I've talked about this while I was running. The medicine.
Oh, yeah.
It's so expensive. And I was shocked at how bad it is. I'm very fortunate. I do not take any medicine. An aspirin once in a while. Yeah. But I'm very fortunate that I do not take any. So I had no idea what it had gone, what they're gouging our constituents with. You know, and
is this a result of Obamacare?
Yes, it is.
Taking advantage of
advantage. And so that's one of the things. In fact, I'd already started pulling stuff and looking at it. And
but if that's on a federal level, what's John Bozeman, Tom Cotton, and perhaps even Rick Crawford, District 1?
I think we can do some things in the state. Okay. And I believe we'll be able to do that because there's such an outcry. And, you know, the greasy wheel gets the grease. And so I think that there's such an outcry among our people, and it's affecting old and young alike.
Well, it made the news several years ago when Obama was still president, the fact that this one, I mean, you could get these pills for like 38 cents a piece, and he went to $980 a pill. He did it because he could do it. Can you imagine a bottle of 30 at $900 a piece?
Well, for instance, and I don't know, maybe the state's picking up the rest of it. I haven't got that far into it. But the gentleman that called me, and he said that the treatment he had to have was $10,000, and he has to have 2. But he's only paying $60 if he can get the something, and I'm not sure what all that's called, but it's $69. Now, something's wrong here. And so...
Who's picking up the other...
Yes, who's picking up...
$9,931, yeah.
But there's somebody's getting too much money.
Huh.
Yep.
So let's get to the bottom of it and find out who it is.
But then again, okay, let's say for the treatment's $10,000, he pays $69, so that literally means $9,931, right? My math correct? If the insurance company's picking that up, but if it's actually, say, a $900 treatment, your insurance company's going to go broke, whether it's the federal government or Aetna or Blue Cross. I mean, come on.
Nothing against the insurance company, but they're not going to go broke.
Yeah. But if everybody needed $20,000,
why does our insurance go up when they've had floods in Florida?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or hurricanes or something.
Oh, coming up on 747. Last break. Be right back.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
For years I've lifted weights, probably 30 years. The last 2.5, 3 years I'd have pain in my back of my deltoid at the joint. And it was extremely painful, and it didn't matter if I lifted weights or what I did. Whenever I pushed on anything, it hurt. Dr. Osgood had told me about this laser therapy, and so I tried it. 4 sessions later, 0 pain. And now I'm lifting weights again with no pain.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Almost 7:50, finish out the show with State Representative District 100 Nelda Speaks. And, well, we've covered just about everything. Going in fiscal session, which is the budget, no legislative action right now. The only legislative that can take care of this year is under a special called session if the governor chooses to do so, which I don't anticipate anything coming up.
I have not heard of anything, and they're going to open it up sometime this month, I think, and start filing some bills. And so that we'll see what some of the legislators filed and see if it's accepted, But I have not heard anything. Of course, my whole thing has been this campaign and winning it. And so I feel a little out of touch right now on some of that.
You need to take a couple of days, rest, recuperate,
And be fresh and get in there and go to work.
And get back, get back into it. I want to talk about this a little bit. In the state of Arkansas, once a bill has got the title approved by Secretary of State or Attorney General, Secretary of State, the title of the bill cannot be changed, but the body of the bill can be amended. And this is where I called the pig trails. How can we change that? Because if you're going to say, have a law that's in the title and you explain the law to me, I don't want something going off.
I don't believe you'll ever get that done because it's going to take the body to change it, and that takes away deception. and I just don't think they'll ever vote for something like that. I mean, I just don't see that at all. One of the things I was thrilled that we did get done, and that's the title cannot be different than what's in the body of that bill. And they've been able to, that's how all of that was thrown out there, the ethics bill, remember? And it was placed out, and I forget how long that thing was, and the people
was that
voted
the 26
on it.
pages?
And the people voted on that. They had no idea when they voted for that ethics bill, there was a little part in that did cover the ethics. But
line 23, page 16.
Yes. And the rest of it had to do with setting forth a board to do the raises for legislators, also for your constitutional office holders down there, and I think the Supreme Court. I don't remember what all was in that, but that's mainly what that bill consisted of, and people did not read it.
99.9% of us don't read all 26 pages of the bills like she does. And page 16, line 23, that one sentence, to me, that whole bill needed to be thrown out the window,
And so now, thanks to our Attorney General, they've got that passed where that bill, the title of that bill has to be what's in that body.
Yeah.
And that has eliminated some of that. That's when I first ran as state representative. Yeah. And we talked to the public so much about it. They had the Trojan horse they brought in during the fair time to just make them aware what this bill actually consisted of. And didn't it have something about term limits in it too?
Yeah, it was something changed. It was on page 16 as well. And I've looked at that. I thought, no.
And so
this is what gets people like Nelda in trouble, because 99% of us won't know what's on page 16, line 23. And she votes because that one line is going to affect the other 25 pages of the bill. So you have to vote no. But yet, she voted against ethics.
Right.
You want to fight a brick wall, just beat your head on. No, page 16, line 23. Read that. And 99% of us won't do that.
Yeah.
And I have found the devil down in there in some bills. And then you make everybody aware, here's what's going on in this bill that is before us right now. city, county, local this time. Usually that's a smooth thing. We don't really have to deal with some real technical stuff, but it had to do with your 911 system.
Yeah.
And in that bill, it had the panic button, but they didn't call it the panic button. They called it something else. And when I read that, I knew exactly what it was. So I didn't say anything because I didn't want the lobbyists to start fighting me over it and throwing it out there. Because when you talk about these children and the panic button, it saves lives is what they say. Well, I don't know. When I talked to Dr. Long, he said, Nelda, it's a waste of money. Now, I don't know about any of the others, but he's my superintendent that I represent. And I had called him and talked to him about it. And so when we got in there, and we only got that bill, I think at 5 o'clock that evening, and we were voting on it the next morning. And it was full of just little things in there.
Can you not table that for more time?
You can, but they're pushing. They want we got to get this thing out. We got to, because if we're going to have this 911 bill, you've got to get this out. We're getting down to the end of the session, and that's where the bad bills come. And so at the very end, I said, I want to ask a little question. And so I said, on line such and such and page so and so, I said, what is this where it talks about? And I can't remember exactly how they had that. And of course, it perked everybody's ears up. They didn't know what it was. I said, it's better known as your panic button. When that was over, I said, I'm not going to vote for this until you clean this up. And then there were other things. Other people said, unless you get this out, I'm not going to vote for this. Yeah. Well, we actually, the lobbyists, I mean, they were laying for me. They were white when they come to me and said, why did you say that? Who asked you to say that? I said, I read the bill. Yeah. And that's why it's so important that you really read that bill. Because
and let me make that challenge to the voters. Before you call Nelda or any of the reps or senators, read the bill.
Be informed.
And be aware that lobbyists are working to get their agendas.
They do.
Because they get their money once they get the bill passed,
And it's, you can like people, and I did. I like the ones that had that bill. But still yet, my concern is my constituents.
And it goes back to that 26-page bill with the line 23 on page 16. We read it on the air. This is what it reads. You can when they're in session, you can pull up HB 1122 and you can read it, and you'll see where they've stricken stuff and added. It's not hidden stuff.
Yeah.
But 99% of the voters are, well, she voted against this. She didn't want that. Well, read the bill.
Yeah.
And truthfully, if they look at it and see what's in that and they pick up on something, I'd love to hear from them.
Yeah. Well, what's this mean on line 23, page 16? Well, it means blah, blah, blah. Oh, no wonder you voted against it, So, anyway, final thoughts. What do we got? 1 minute?
Yes.
About a minute? Final thoughts. 1 minute to go, and it's all over.
Oh, it's all over.
Now it's back to work.
It's back to work. And still yet, thanks to so many and to the constituents and all of that. Let's get down and do the best that we can. And so I love to hear from them. If there's things going on in their life that they need help on, please call me.
And you will get it
And I will get. If it's possible, I will get it done.
Sounds good.
Very good. Well, it's downhill to November.
Yes, sir.
Primary's over. Let me make a challenge once again to the voters. Before you call a senator or your representative, read the bill. Don't listen to the lobbyist. Read the bill. They're accessible online. Running out of time, 7:59, almost 8 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow.